Welcome back. Today we're going to be playing Marvel Champions and we're going to be having Angel take on the Rhino. We're going to be playing the break-in. Rhino is attacking a shield facility. He's trying to smash through the facility wall and steal a shipment of vibranium. You must stop him. If Rhino beats us or if his scheme gets to 7, we lose. We're just going to be playing solo today. Rhino is the villain in the core box. He schemes for 1, he attacks for 2. Brute, criminal. Rhino, I knock things down. That's what I do. That's who I am. And our hero for today that's going to be taking him on is Angel, or Warren Worthington III. This is straight out of the Angel pack, so I haven't messed with the deck or anything. We'll just see how his protection deck plays. He's got recovery of 3. Regrowth, action, heal 1 damage from Warren Worthington III, limit once per round. I have to keep my wings bound to hide who I am. Live in this society. He does have a trifold card. His second hero form, his second side, hero form, Angel. 2 thwart, 1 attack, 2 defense. Angel of Life, response. After you play an aerial event, draw 1 card. Limit once per phase. I never feel freer than when I'm flying. And lastly, he has his Archangel form. No thwart, attack for 2, 3 defense. Add an acceleration token when he's in this form. Angel of Death. Response. After you play an aerial event, deal damage to an enemy equal to that event's printed cost. Limit once per phase, so he can potentially do a lot of damage, but he increases the threat when he goes into his Archangel form. All right, we'll go ahead and get him set up. Rhino's going to have 14 life. And then for those that don't know, we'll just kind of go through the player phase. So there's 2 phases, the player phase and the villain phase. We're going to take turns in player order, play cards, trigger and request actions, use basic abilities, change your form once per round, and end our turn. And then after everybody has finished, we can discard any number of cards from their hand, drop to their hand size, and ready any exhausted cards. All right, so a hand size for him is listed at the bottom here. He gets 6 cards to start off with. We'll go ahead and draw our 6 cards. We've got Soaring Acrobatics, Cannonball, Psylocke, Avian Anatomy, Worthington Industries, and Adaptive Plumage. This lets us thwart and attack. This gives us one extra to our basic attack. We've got 2 allies here. These are not too terrible. And then we got Worthington Industries. Let's see. Exhaust Worthington Industries. Shuffle 1 hero card from your discard pile into your deck. You are in alter ego form. Draw 1 card. Not bad. Do we want to keep this? We could do Adaptive Plumage. We'd have to spend 2 to play that. Spend 2. Plus this. Play Adaptive Plumage. Hit Rhino. All right, let's go for it. So we are going to flip. So we're going to change forms. I'm going to start off hot and go straight into Archangel form. Then that's going to make us add an acceleration token to the main scheme. So we'll just put that here. That means in the villain phase, we're going to have to add an extra threat if we are still in that form. All right, then in this game, you have to pay for cards with other cards. So each card has a resource cost at the bottom, and you have to use that to pay. So this card costs 3, so we'd have to spend 3 other cards to pay for it. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to spend Soaring Acrobatics, Cannonball, and Avian Anatomy. Avian Anatomy, after we spend this card to play for an aerial event, return the event to your hand after resolving its effect. We're going to spend 3. We're going to play Adaptive Plumage, Hero Action Attack. If you are Archangel, deal 4 damage to an enemy and stun it. So we're going to do 4 damage to Rhino. He's going to go down to 10 life. And then he is going to be stunned. So he won't be able to attack. This will also trigger Angel of Death. Since this card has aerial, after you play an aerial event, deal damage to an enemy equal to that event's printed cost. So this costs 3, so he'll take 3 more damage and go down to 7 life. And normally this card would be discarded, but since we used Avian Anatomy, it's going to come back to my hand. We still have this that we can use next turn. So we can still do a basic action and attack. Or we can do something else. Let me see. Is Worthington Industries worth playing? Shuffle 1 aerial card from your discard pile into your deck. If you're an alter ego form, draw 1 card. Or do we keep these? We'd have 2 more cards. As much as I want to keep Psylocke, I think maybe we put Worthington Industries into play because it helps us with card draw. Yep, so we'll use Psylocke. We'll use her resource to play Worthington Industries. And we can exhaust this to put 1 aerial card from our discard pile into play. So or not into play, shuffle it back into our deck. I believe that's what it says. Yeah. So we'll shuffle Cannonball back into our deck. And then I think we are just going to have Archangel attack for 2. That's going to end our turn. So he will exhaust, attack for 2. Go down to 5. On the hero side, his hand size is 5. So we'll draw 5 cards and then refresh. So we've gotten the Power of Flight, Natural Flight, Aerial Agility, and Taunt. And then we will refresh our cards. And we will go to the villain phase. Right. So this is the order of execution for the villain phase. First, you place threat on the main scheme. The villain and each engaged minion activates. If we're in hero form, they attack. If we're in alter ego form, they scheme. Then each player gets an encounter card. And then we pass the first player token. That's it. So let's go ahead and start that off. So first thing we're going to do, place threat on the main scheme. So it's normally 1. Since it has that acceleration token, it's going to be 2. Next thing that happens is the villain attacks. So Rhino normally would attack for 2. And then we draw a card and see how many pips are on it. But he is stunned, so he's not going to attack. So the only thing that happens is the stun goes away. And then lastly, we draw an encounter card. All right, so we're going to pull this counter card and see what it is. We've got the Shocker. When revealed, deal 1 damage to each hero. I bet you're shocked to see me. So this guy has 3 life, scheme for 1, attack for 2, and we'll put him in play. And Archangel will take his first damage. So let's see. He'll go from 12 life down to 11. And then it is our turn. Let's see. So we got Natural Flight. That's removing threat. We got Aerial Agility. When the enemy attacks, ignore each boost icon. We have Taunt. The villain attacks you. Other characters cannot defend against this attack, and then we can draw 3 cards. I think Rhino has 5 life left. We could deal 4 damage and stun him again if we wanted to. I think we're gonna taunt. Spin 1 to taunt. I could hit the shocker, but I can't kill him. I can kill him with adaptive plumage. Let's taunt first. So we're gonna spend 1 resource to taunt. And so we'll spend the power of flight. No, we want to keep this for adaptive plumage. But I want to get these 3 cards. So I'm going to spend aerial agility as a resource. We're going to do taunt. And we are going to have Rhino attack us. We are not going to defend. So we are going to take 2 plus 4 damage from Rhino. That takes us down to 7 life. And we'll get to draw 3 cards. We get Ever Vigilant, Metamorphosis, and Warpath. All right, can I do anything with this? All right, so we are going to use the power of flight to play adaptive plumage. And we'll spend, this is going to count for 2 and 1. We're going to do hero action attack. If you're an Archangel, deal 4 damage to an enemy and stun it. So we're going to do 4 damage to Rhino. That's going to take him down to 1 life. Rhino's going to be stunned. Then, since we played an aerial card that costs 3, we can do 3 damage to an enemy. We'll do 3 damage to Shocker. Take him out. He's stunned, not tough. All right, then we are going to we're going to do Metamorphosis or this. He's got 1 life. We can take him out right now. Yep. Archangel's going to attack Rhino for 2. That's going to take Rhino down to 0. And then he swaps to side 2. So since we're playing normal, we have to beat 2 versions of the villain. We just beat his stage 1 form. Then we go to stage 2. He's got scheming for 1, attack for 3, so his strength went up by 1. When revealed, search the encounter deck and discard pile for the breaking and taking side scheme and reveal it. Shuffle the encounter deck out of my way. And he is going to have 15 life, and he will still be stunned. All right. We'll set his life back up to 15. And we will search the deck for breaking and taking side scheme and play it. And shuffle the deck. Right, let's take a look at that side scheme. So Rhino is breaking things and taking them. When revealed, place an additional 1 threat here per player. And it has a hazard icon. That means we'll get an extra encounter while this side scheme is still in play. We'll go ahead and put this into the villain area. And it's going to have 3 threat. All right, now let's see what we are going to do next. So I think we want to change form with metamorphosis. Is that beneficial to do? I haven't changed form yet, so I can just change form myself. Or I can use metamorphosis and remove 2 threat from the scheme. Or I can ready my hero and remove 2 threat from the scheme. So it sounds like it's better to do ever vigilant. Yeah, that's what it sounds like it's better to do. So we are going to spend 2 resources. No, we're going to flip to Angel. We're going to change to our Angel form. And he has an ability, after you play an aerial event, draw 1 card. So we're going to spend 2. We're going to spend 2 to play Ever Vigilant. It is an aerial event. Ready your hero and remove 2 threat from the main scheme. So we get to ready our hero. We get to remove 2 threat from the main scheme. Since he's not Archangel, the acceleration token comes off. And we get to draw a card. We got Taunt. Then exhaust Worthington interest shuffle. We can exhaust this to shuffle 1 area card from your discard pile into your deck. If you're an alter ego form, draw 1 card. We're not in alter ego form. We could thwart for 2, which I think that's what we'll do. We'll thwart for 2 off breaking and taking. He's going to use his basic thwart. So we're still going to get 2 encounters. Trying to avoid getting 2 encounters, but it is unavoidable. And then we'll exhaust this to shuffle an aerial card from our discard pile back into our deck. So I think we're going to shuffle in Adaptive Plumage again. Yeah, let's shuffle Adaptive Plumage back into our deck. And then we've got a taunt, but we can't purchase that. And we are going to stay on the Angel side. Right, and then we'll draw up to our 5 cards and refresh. The hand size is 5. We've got Containment Strategy, Angel's Airy, Aerial Intervention, and Adaptive Plumage. All right, and then we'll refresh. And we will go to the villain's phase. So 1 threat goes on the main scheme. Rhino will attack us, but he's stunned, so nothing happens. And then we'll get 2 encounter cards. 1 for a regular encounter and 1 from Breaking and Taken. So our first encounter card is False Alarm. When revealed, you are confused. You are already confused. This card gains Surge. Surge just means we pull another card instead. Nothing to see here, people. Iron Man. So we are going to get confused. Confused means the next time we thwart, nothing happens, and then the confused goes away. So we're going to put this on Angel. And then we will draw our second encounter. Second encounter is going to be Gang Up. When revealed, the villain and each minion engaged with you attack. So Rhino is going to attack us again. This time he does 3 damage. So let's see what he does. All right, so we could defend, but I think we're going to do aerial intervention and take it. All right, so he attacks us for 3, and then let's see how many pips are on the card. 3 plus. There's no pips in the bottom corner. A pip looks like this little dash down there. So he hits us for 3 damage. We're going to play Aerial Intervention. Interrupt. When a character would take any amount of damage from an attack, exhaust an aerial character you control. Prevent up to 3 of that damage. So we are going to exhaust him to block the 3 damage. Since we played an aerial card, we get to use his ability and draw 1 card. Limit once per phase, and we got Razor Dive. All right, and it is back to our turn. All right, what do we want to do? We could spend 3 and do Adaptive Plumage. Remove 3 threat from a scheme. Confuse Rhino. Oh, that does say thwart though. That's gonna mess us up. Or we can do Razor Dive. Deal 6 damage to an enemy. Do 3, that would be 9 damage. But then we can't change forms and we have to take 1 more attack. You're an alter ego form, draw 1 card. Feels like we should Razor Dive this guy. It's only gonna do 6. Switch to alter ego form. Too bad I can't thwart. And then draw 1 card. So 6 plus 4 is 10. We'd have to do 5 more damage to him. Or we can have him attack right now. We could put containment strategy on breaking and taking, and then when he attacks next round, defend, and then that'll get rid of breaking and taking, and we'd only have to deal with 1 card. So if I spend 1 for that, but then I don't have 3 for Razor Dive. Or I could spend 1, put this into play. He's gonna scheme. And then next round come back and try to kill him. I think that's what we're gonna do. So we're gonna spend 1 for Angel's Airy. We're gonna use this resource to pay for containment strategy. And what that's gonna do is we can attach this to a side scheme. After a hero defends against an attack, remove 1 threat from the attached scheme. 2 threat if the hero took no damage. So we're gonna go ahead and put that on breaking and taking. I don't think I'll be able to thwart it, but maybe if I get attacked, we can get rid of it. Then we are gonna flip to Warren Worthington III. And he has regrowth, heal 1 damage. So he'll go up to 8 life. And then we're gonna exhaust Worthington Industries. Shuffle 1 area card from your discard pile into your deck, and then we can draw 1 card if we are in aerial form, or if we're in alter ego form. So we are gonna shuffle in Metamorphosis. And then we will draw 1 card. And we got Cannonball. And I could spend 3 and put Cannonball into play. That's kind of tempting. We need 2 aerial cards in our lane to keep Cannonball happy. We are not going to do that. I think that's where we're going to wrap up our turn. I think we're going to throw out Taunt, and then we'll draw 3 more cards. We should probably throw out Cannonball too, because I don't think we're going to be able to pay for him and these. All right, we'll draw 4 cards. and then we can see if we can get rid of him in one round. We got Avian Anatomy, Aerial Intervention, Power of Flight, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and Containment Strategy. All right, then we refresh, and it is the villain phase. So, gonna add 1 threat to the scheme. Where's my 1 threats? Okay. And Rhino is gonna scheme. So he has a scheme of 1. And then we'll see how many pips. So scheme for 1 plus 1. So he schemes for 2. That'll change this into a 4. If we get 7, we lose. And then he is going to draw his encounter card. His first encounter card is Charge, attached to Rhino. When Rhino attacks, the attack gains overkill. Excess damage is dealt to an ally. At the end of the attack, discard charge. So he's going to get +3 attack. So he's going to be attacking for 6 potential damage. That is not good. So we'll just slide that charge under there. And then we'll see what the second encounter is. Hard to keep down. When revealed, Rhino heals 4 damage. If no damage was healed this way, this card gains surge. So he is still full. So instead we'll get, oh no, the villain attacks you. Oh, we are in alter ego form, so he can't attack. This card gains surge. It's giving me a bad feeling. I'm tough. When revealed, give Rhino a tough status card. Right, so Rhino is going to get a tough status card. Tough means the next time he would take damage, he just gets to discard this card. Unless we have piercing, and I know that Angel does have some piercing cards. All right, then it's back to us. We're going to do Angel's Regrowth and heal 1. That's going to take him up to 9. We're going to exhaust Worthington Industries, shuffle an aerial card, and then we can draw 1 card, right? Is it draw 1 card? Yep, we're in alter ego form, so we can draw 1 card. So the aerial card we're going to shuffle in. We want Ever Vigilant. Natural Flight. Natural Flight might be good. Or, yeah, we'll shuffle in Natural Flight. And then we'll draw 1 card. And we'll see if we can kill this guy. Oh, and of course I pulled Natural Flight. All right. We've got Natural Flight. Let's see what we can do. All right, so I'm pretty sure we want to do Razor Dive. So we're going to want to flip to Archangel. So we're still confused. We're going to flip to Archangel. That's going to put an acceleration token on the main scheme. And Razor Dive is going to gain Overkill and Piercing. That's going to let us just show that card. That will let us hit Rhino and get through the tough. And then we will use double the number of resources this card generates while paying for an aerial event. So the Power of Flight will give us 2 resources. And Avian Anatomy, that'll let us get Razor Dive again. So we pay for this. It deals 6 damage. It comes back to our hand. 6 damage from Rhino. That's going to take him down to 9 life. That's where an Archangel, the Razor Blades go through the tough. That is gone. This comes back to our hand. And we can use our Angel of Death ability. So this is a 3-cost card. We'll do 3 more damage. That takes Rhino down to 6 life. And then now we've got 1, 2, and 3 more resources. And we will play Razor Dive again. We'll do 6 damage. Rhino is down to 0. And Archangel has successfully completed his mission. Stopped Rhino from stealing the Vibranium. And we have won our playthrough of Marvel Champions. All right, hope you enjoyed the playthrough. Go ahead and if you'd like to see more content like this, feel free to hit that like button, comment below. Thanks for watching. As always, have a great day.